why not make your desk setup your own personal work of art? So I did. A 5K resolution monitor for my Mac, tick. Integrated audio setup and microphone to flex on coworkers during Zoom calls, hell yeah. Single cable connectivity, oh. You want smart lighting? You got it. Oi, I'm not done yet. Put the music back on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. Standing desk in an L shape, so I have plenty of room to nerd out. No monitor light here either. We're switching it up with a classic lamp. Cool keyboard, boring mouse, $16 desk mat from Amazon, and the piece de resistance, my desk cat. Okay, talking head boy, now you can take over. Get a load of that guy, eh? He's got a real attitude. Anyway, let's actually talk about this desk setup because I am really excited to show you guys. Now, I followed a couple of rules when I was creating it. So first of all, every single thing is functional and essential to my day-to-day work. I don't want random crap on my desk like a $300 designer phone charger, fake plants, or a stack of books I once read 10 years ago. Second, buy quality gear without breaking the bank. Every dollar has to justify itself. And lastly, try to have some visual appeal, right? Like your desk should be something that you look forward to working at every day. For me, I went for a light and natural wood setup theme to suit the room, and it also makes the room just feel larger and more spacious, but also kind of cozy at the same time. So wherever possible, I went for white accessories to match. Now, before I even started this desk setup project, I had to do some renovations to the room. This house was a previous rental property before we bought it, so the carpet was just cheap and nasty and disgusting, and the walls needed a good coat of paint. I also just hate carpet in general, so I ripped it all up, smoothed out the concrete subfloor, and laid some natural oak hybrid flooring down instead. After reinstalling the trim, sanding and priming, and a few coats of neutral white paint, the room looked brand new. I also installed some wood slat panels against the wall the desk would sit in front of. I know this is kind of overdone on YouTube, but just looks amazing in person, and the felt on the back really does help to cut down the echoes in the room. I went with a grey felt backing instead of the usual black to try and keep the room light and airy and not too dark. Okay, so let's talk about the centerpiece of the setup, and that is obviously the desk itself. I partnered with Vernal for this setup and went with their L-shaped standing desk in white. I've been wanting an L-shaped desk for a while because I feel it just gives me so much more room and a place to do my hobbies or just tinkering with stuff without taking up space in front of my computer. You can check out Vernal's website for different desk configurations and color options. I'll just leave a link in the description. The assembly process was really easy. Everything was flat packed in separate boxes and the frame is just pre-assembled, so all you have to do is just pop some screws in and you're pretty much done. I also really appreciated the built-in cable management tray, which makes cable organization much easier. This is also obviously a standing desk, and I've set 2 different heights to switch between sitting and standing mode at the click of a button. I'm also 6'4", so some desks just don't go high enough for me. So I made sure to check beforehand and found this one is good for those up to 6'7" in height. It also has a lifting capacity of 350 pounds or 159 kilos, so you could theoretically strap multiple monitors and a heavy PC onto this thing and it wouldn't break a sweat. Also, some of these standing desks I've had in the past had issues with wobbling in standing mode, but this one was pretty solid. Vernal also offers a variety of different setup-in-one accessories to go with your desk, like desk shelf, integrated drawer keyboard tray, and a variety of cabinets. Vernal is currently having an up to 50% off Black Friday promotion from November 21st to December 5th. You can also use code CREATED to get an extra 6% off. Okay, moving on to my monitor, I'm using Asus's brand new 5K resolution ProArt monitor, the PA27JCV. I got this literally just before shooting this video, and I was really excited because this one has a 5K resolution, which is perfect for those of us who mainly use Macs. This is also currently kind of the only other 5K resolution alternative to the super expensive Apple Studio display. And that 5K resolution at 27 inches results in super crisp text, and all the UI elements scale perfectly with no blurriness, unlike some of the 4K monitors I've used. This one also has a USB hub built in that I've attached most of my accessories to. Makes it really easy to attach my MacBook with a single cable to charge, output an image to the screen, and also connect to my speakers and USB devices plugged into the back. And I'm really liking that more and more monitors these days are coming with the USB hubs built into them, because you don't need to go out and spend like a couple of $100 on a hub, for example, and it also saves room on your desk. Holding up the monitor is the Ergotron LX Premium monitor arm. I was using a budget Amazon one before, and while it got the job done, I just wanted something better quality. This one has a really solid and thick desk clamp and a full range of motion, so I can adjust the monitor and make it higher when I raise my desk, or pull it closer if I need to. There's also zero wobble, and it comes in a white color, which was important to me, and has cable management at the back. For my laptop, I'm still rocking my 14-inch M2 Max MacBook Pro. In terms of performance, I mean, it's really good, as you probably already know, but the most demanding thing I do now is heavy noise removal in DaVinci Resolve projects, and that really tanks the M2 Max chip. So I am very tempted by the new M4 Max, but I'm gonna have to go and sell another kidney just to afford it, so we'll see. I also want my MacBook open and accessible instead of putting it into clamshell mode. This means I get a second screen and also get easy access to Touch ID if I need, which also means I need a laptop stand. But I also refuse to spend any more than about 30 to 40 bucks on one, because they all pretty much do the same thing. This one is height adjustable and rotatable, and regularly goes on sale on Amazon. My desk chair is from Autonomous. I honestly don't even know the model name because I've had it for years. It's completely made of mesh, which is good because I tend to get swamp ass quite a lot during summer here in Australia, and that allows a bit more airflow, if you know what I mean. But overall, it's been pretty solid. The adjustability isn't as nice as some other chairs, but I'll link the updated version of this one if I can find it. Okay, let's move on to the desk accessories now. These are the Kanto YU4 speakers, and I'm really happy with them, and so glad that I finally have a pair of proper speakers. Now, to get audio from my MacBook, my Mac is attached to my monitor via USB-C, then my Audio Engine D1 DAC is plugged into my monitor for signal, and then the YU4s are plugged into the DAC. It's a little confusing, but the resulting audio is really good, and I can fully adjust the volume using just the volume keys on my keyboard, and it works perfectly. I also really appreciate how they automatically turn off when there's no audio detected too, because some other speakers don't do that and often will make a very faint buzzing or hissing noise, which is really obvious because I'm sitting 10 inches away from them. For my mouse, I wanted to try something other than the MX Master 3S, which, don't get me wrong, is a great mouse, but I feel like it's kind of overkill in some situations. This is kind of like the budget version of the MX Master 3S, the Logitech Signature M650. 29 bucks, which is 1/3 the price of the MX Master 3S. Not bad. You can also choose left-handed or right-handed. There are also two sizes for different sized hands, small/medium and large. I went with the large version. You just don't get any of this customizability with the MX Master. And I'd rather use the money that I would have spent on the MX Master and put that towards a trackpad instead, which for me is more functional. The M650 is Bluetooth, comes with a USB receiver, which I prefer to use instead, and most importantly, it has a removable and replaceable battery. Thank you, Logitech. Also, the battery supposedly lasts 2 years, but it's only been a few weeks, so we'll see. For the keyboard, I've tried several over the last few years, but currently I'm really liking the Newfie Air 75 V2. It's mechanical, and the typing experience has been pretty positive. It sounds nice too. I like that it comes with macOS keycaps in the box, and I can see the battery percentage directly on my Mac because some Bluetooth keyboards don't show that. I won't go into too much detail because I made a full review on this keyboard that you can check out here. I also need a good quality microphone for voiceovers and also virtual meetings. By the way, for webcam, I just use the webcam on my Mac. I don't need anything super fancy. After doing some research, I settled on the Rode PodMic USB. I specifically wanted to avoid a mic that needs XLR and some kind of desktop interface. This one just plugs straight into the back of my monitor or directly into my computer via a USB cable. And the voice quality is really good. You've been listening to it this entire video, and it has the added benefit of being an Australian company, and I really love supporting local brands wherever possible. It's on an Elgato Wave mic arm LP, so I can just swing it out of the way when not using it. For my desk mat, I'm literally just using a cheap felt one from Amazon. I don't see the need to spend a small fortune on a piece of leather or felt just to cover your desk. I got this one from Amazon for under 20 $20. The most important thing is that the mat has some kind of good anti-slip mechanism underneath it, like the little rubber dots that this one has or something else, just so it doesn't slide around like this crappy one I bought a few months ago. I also use Philips Hue for all the lighting in the room. There's a light strip behind the desk, a play light bar perched on the monitor arm for some background bias lighting, just to reduce eye strain at night, and a standard bulb in an IKEA lamp in the corner of the room. You'll also notice I've ditched the monitor light bar that you see in pretty much every desk setup video out there in favor of a desk lamp. Now I can change the brightness and color temp, but it does something my monitor light bar cannot: move around the desk. So when I take advantage of that L shape I talked about before, I can instantly light that area properly. This one is from a random light store here in Australia, but I found one on Amazon that looks really similar, so I'll link that below. Lastly, I've also got an air filter to reduce the dust and cat fur in the room, because it seems the cat has now taken up residence in here after I renovated. This one's the Coway Air Mega 250 from Amazon. This really makes a difference, and I'm notified every few weeks to clean the pre-filter, and it's always filthy. So I'd rather the filter sucking that up than my lungs, or having to clean it all off my desk accessories every week. The size of this filter is a little overkill for this small room, but the benefit of oversizing is that I can run it at the quietest setting 24/7, and I can barely hear it running. So yeah, this is my desk setup going into 2025. I am really excited to spend some time using it, grind some work, pump some tunes, and who knows, maybe in 6 months I'll make an update video so you guys can see how the whole experience has been. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.